enjoyed a lot of the travels, but I loved Australia. Australia, that was my first time, and I've been there, let's see, yeah, well now twice, but Australia. Skating, people, food, vibes. Australia has everything, perfect. It was massive, you know? It's like mainly ups, some downs, just a learning experience the whole time. Super fun. I think if I look in my part, I have a trick from, say 5 years ago, for sure, you know? From the extent of just the beginning of filming, and then the last thing I filmed was probably just a bit before the video came out, so the whole thing, you know? There's like 16mm footage that's old, like way old, you know? I've like gotten old, hairs long, just everything, you know? It's a full process. Like the whole spectrum's been covered. It's cool. They document essentially like a portion of your life, you know? It's so cool. Acosta's always taking great photos. Greg, Cody, a bunch of the filmers, like we get to look at it and kind of have fun with it, you know? It's like, oh, this is me growing up. Perfect, like 5 years of life documented, so cool. I mean, you're in the whole cast of legends. It's like, I want to do the best I can. I want to give them the best I can and really let people know I'm stoked to be in this, you know, like full on, which I am. And I hope people like it. That's up to them, you know. A lot of people are like skating transition in all-terrain vehicles now, you know. It's super cool. But that type of thing, shoot, in Albuquerque you skate everything. It's not just schools, it's not just stairs, rails. You had all these embankments and these ditches that you could actually learn on, you know. That was fun too. Just learning was easier, I think. Cruising, getting a feel for your board. And then not to mention the most diverse spots. It's so cool, you know. Like, I wish those ditches were everywhere. I wish you guys could try them. That, honestly, I wanted to get on toy machines so bad. You know, I was always making homie videos with my friends back home, and I slowly started to put my energy towards, like, I want to, like, try my best to, I want to get on toy machine. I want to do skateboarding, you know? I want to do it. So that I sent out all my stuff to, I want to say Ed, like the team manager, Mike Sinclair, like a few dudes, you know, that I knew. I think I truly went on the website, like Toy Machine Contact. Had a couple friends too who were like a little bit bigger than I was, I suppose, and they helped push forward, like say, oh, this dude, but this is all from New Mexico, you know? And then with all those wheels spinning, I think it all kind of came together smooth. I know I learned later, like Josh Harmony saw my footage before I sent it, and he was pumped. Kevin Barnett, the Toy Machine filmer, was down, and like I said, I sent it to Ed. It was a full-on like, hey dudes, at least check it out, you know? I moved in with Johnny Layton, and then I met Ed, shoot, probably not even, I mean, I'd seen him at demos in Albuquerque actually, and stuff like that, just as a kid, but I didn't meet him until probably a year after getting into, not even a year, but 6 months or so after moving to California, you know? And it was a casual meeting, not like, how you doing, Ed? I'm trying to do this, you know? He's really casual, so it's like just shooting the shit, you know? Yeah, so many. He's rad. Like, Deanna goes on tour with him all the time, which I think is the sweetest thing. It's like they cruise together. That's pretty special. But on the tours, he always brings like some side of sketchiness, you know? We had this one. I don't want to divulge too much. Ed's epic, and I'm sure my mom will watch this too, but it's like just like adult stuff, you know, but we play adult games. It's so funny. It was in an article. He brought like an adult toy, and we're all throwing it to see. It's like super heavy. We couldn't even imagine it, you know, and we're all trying to throw it as far as we could, and it's like an Ed game. I have no idea. We're like pulled over at a truck stop in the middle of nowhere, throwing this adult toy as far as we can, and Johnny won. Jayla, he threw it the furthest. Yeah, absolutely. We're in it right now. Yeah, we just had a team meeting, say, a month ago, and it's cracked off right now. Being filmed with red camera, like that nice camera, and let's see, Billy Marks is killing it. Like we all already have like started, our minds are positioned there now, you know? And so that, shoot, get a year and a half, I bet, you know? Toy Machine's a smaller company, you know, so we're like, we work with the means we have. But I want to, like, I just went to Paris for one night. In fact, I sent Ed an Instagram. He wrote, like, I had a show at Le Dome, or however you say it, you know? Super cool. I was like, all right, we gotta, like, let's come back, next Toy Machine trip, let's come here. Shoot, man, it just captures, like, special stuff, you know? That, like, I know there's a lot of things being captured now they say it's instant and all this stuff, but it's more like the timeless stuff that I'm looking for. I'm not a talented photographer, so I like to have, like, per se, a subject, you know, a subject that's more interesting. I like bodies, essentially, you know, a bunch of things like that. But yeah, beautiful things, I suppose. Just trying to find beauty and capturing that. But by no means am I a photographer. Like, I think that's come around sometimes over people thinking like, like 1 in 1,000 of my photos, like I got a film camera now, you know, and maybe 1 in 1,000 will be like something I would show or just proud of, you know. Yeah, like knowledge is king. I'm super into that. My parents raised me on that, and I know it is, you know, it's a privilege to be able to go to school and learn stuff. So I tried to take it as far as I could, and then, you know, I gave up a little bit in college because it may be similar to anybody. I would take the fun courses and then go like, oh, you actually need to do like these hard ones to like have a degree, you know? And slowly skateboarding was taking off, so I kind of wandered in my own path, but it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, you know? So it's hard to really go sit in a class and like play society's role when you have something like a big dream you're chasing, you know? I think that's what led me astray from school. But high school was all right, you know, all the stuff. Like, I'm not super stoked on being in a structured classroom or anything, but just what you can gain, knowledge, you know, that's cool. People say that, and it's such a blessing, you know, because that's a nice thing, that's a nice connotation to have with your name and stuff, but I go through so much struggle. Like, people who truly know me are just, they know all my demons and all the same stuff, you know? Like, this life, it's so great, so often I'm able to keep a positive mental attitude, but I'm telling you, I go day in, day by day, hour by hour, same thing, you know? Yeah, ups and downs. I have just as big a demons as anybody, so it was a true pleasure. I feel like I met Greg through this. Essentially, I gained a friend, you know, and gained, shoot, man, his wisdom, and it might all sound cheesy, I don't know, he's super compassionate and he's creative. He's like a lot of these traits that I really enjoyed working with, you know? It was special, like, to have somebody like caring for you and guiding you through this process. This is my first major thing, you know, essentially, like traveling and doing all this stuff. Like, first times, a lot of it was with Greg. Like, first time I went out of the country with Greg, you know, all the things. So having him at the helm of the ship, amazing. Like, creatively, and then as a human as well, you know, super special. Super open-minded. I think he took it all personal side of it and helped us grow from there, you know. Great, super cool. Greg's the best. This is Daniel Lutheran. I'm on the Propeller tour, Vans video. Cheers, Route 1, Holland.